Dear Lord, bless this podcast. Direct us in all our doings. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey everybody, welcome to the God Brothers Podcast. My name is Mike.
ROC.
Zay.
All right, and the way we're going to start this podcast off is, as always, a shot to the chest.
Shot to the chest. So, guys, have you ever saw your mom taking back shots before?
No.
No?
No.
Hell no.
You know how irresponsible that is as a parent to have your kid see something like that? No.
Yeah,
You
girls
lock
are.
the door.
You know, some females just don't lock the door. They expect the child to be asleep, and next thing you know, oh shit.
Question.
And then you wonder why their kids are the way they are.
Have you ever seen one of your parents fucking? Talking about me, nigga.
Well, actually, I gotta be like 6.
That's
I
irresponsible.
No,
Exactly,
I
irresponsible,
woke up
nigga.
because my dad I got some cough syrup. I was drowsy, so I went to sleep. I woke up, go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, he's getting head while I was sitting on the toilet. I'm like,
Wait, time out.
Is
He
that
was
your
getting head while she was on the toilet.
yeah.
Your father was a nasty nigga. That was different, nigga. That was different. Hey, you know what? Hey, man.
They could, I mean,
Anyway,
I'm
no.
gonna still say that's irresponsible. Like, yo, that's what the bedroom for. You know, the bathroom is like community room for everybody. Like, anybody.
Hey.
Question.
And there's like, you ain't even lock the door
that-
either.
was that your mother?
It's not like you just walked in.
Huh?
Was it your mother he was getting head from?
I have no idea. I doubt it. I really doubt it.
You
I
just,
doubt
you
it.
just want that lean, huh? You want that lean, right?
Yeah, the Sprite in what was that a
Nah,
Diamond
but to
Tap?
answer your question, hell no.
Robots.
I've never seen my mother
word.
getting back shots. I never seen a fucking, let alone back shots.
Me either. I don't want to see that. No.
No, it's like yo, go mom, yo, go do your thing, girl. You got hit somehow, right?
All right, so let me ask you a question. You grew up with who?
My mother.
Just your mother.
Yeah.
And you grew up with who?
That's my pops and my
Just your
grandmother.
father.
Yeah,
Your father and who?
my father, and my grandmother, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I also have my mother also, just my mother. All right, so tell me, I guess both of y'all can answer and I'll go last. Seeing as we all three of us came from single parent households, how do you think that shaped you as a person growing up? Or like, how did that affect you, you think?
Well, for me personally, like, I think for most boys who just grow up with just their mother, whether like their father's like there but their mother's not together or the father's not there, you start having questions like, okay, so why aren't y'all together? Or mom, why isn't dad here? And then, you know, your mother may just try to brush it off and be like, oh, look, he's not here, it is what it is. Or they may tell you their side of the story, and I put the emphasis on their side of the story because there's two sides to every story. I feel like
3 sides. The truth.
Oh, okay.
Facts.
All right,
Facts.
Okay, yeah, three sides of the truth. I feel like what a lot of boys that grow up with single mothers do is they either don't care to or don't try to find out their father's side of the story, and then they just paint their father as this bad person.
The
and then-
douchebag.
Yeah, like the douchebag when they really don't. Oh, like when they really don't know like the full story of what happened, and then what happens to them is they start dealing with women, and then they kind of end up sometimes in the same position that their father's in. But then that's when they want to go talk to their father, which I really don't understand. It's like, so now you want to go talk to your father now that you in some shit.
All right, so
But-
like, what about you? How you think that just having your pops around shapes
What?
you as a person?
Well, all right. As around, he was around, but he's mostly working most of the time. Like he was a hustler, so he was working pretty much. I'd say 95% of the time. I did see him, and like he was been there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But who really raised me is my grandmother. So it's like
So technically, you kind of like, you didn't have your mother around.
No, I have my
and
mother.
you didn't have your father around like that as well, you're trying to say.
yeah, like only father he'll come around, disciplined. Every now and then give me all right, kid, you did a good job getting that 75 on the test, but I want better for you. So
And would your father not being there? First of all, I'm going to get back to that, but back to your first question. You see your grandmother raised you. Ever seen your grandmother fucking?
Oh, come on. Oh,
bro,
God.
she's the old lady. I ain't seen no pastor.
mean,
I ain't seen no pastor come
son,
through
Don't question me about my motherfucking if you were raised by your grandmother,
Yo.
right? I'm just gonna bring that back, but sorry, continue. When you said that, it made me think about the first question. So go back to your father.
No, well, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'll definitely kick my nah, grandma,
Yo,
nah. But I think as far as the aspect of my father being there, growing up, you know, it's.
How did it affect you? Him not. You said him working a lot. What did that do for you?
It shows me, you know what, a man got to do what a man got to do, especially when you have a child. Like if you have to make that money, no matter what, that's a sacrifice that he had to make for me have a quote unquote better life.
You know what? Thinking back on it, the way you said it, me only having my mother, not my father there, and me trying to see how it affected me. I give your father the same thing my mother got. She used to work a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that single parent household, you do work a lot. And I didn't have my grandparents there. They was there, but not like you. But I have a sister who's 10 years older than me. So I'm thinking back on the way you was describing, your father working a lot. My sister did take a lot of that burden of, you know what I'm saying? I think it shaped me by also saying, you gotta work, you know what I'm saying?
Now, how you think your mom, do you think your mom raised you in a good enough way?
Yeah. I feel like my mom raised me in a good enough way as in terms of like teaching me right from wrong. But to me, and look, women may be offended by this, but to me, they can't teach a boy how to be a man.
No,
you can't because you're not one.
But in their mind, they think that they could do it because that's they have to.
No, listen. The only thing they're doing is supposed to be raising you to be an upstanding person. But as far as raising you to be a man, how did they know? A lot of them didn't grow up with fathers. So how you going to teach me how to be a man? You didn't even grow up with your father.
And it's crazy.
How does that work?
Back then, didn't we have Google like that? So it was like...
so yeah, like, I mean, look, that's no disrespect, but I would say the same thing in reverse. For fathers, like, listen, your job is to, provide for your daughter, protect your daughter, raise them to be an upstanding person. But it's the mother's job too, but it's her job to teach her to be a woman. There's things that you just won't get or understand because you're not a woman. We're wired different. We just are.
And you know what's funny about that? My grandmother, even she said it to me a while back ago. So you know what, James? I can't raise you to be a man, but your father could. Or at that time, my grandfather was still alive. They could. I said, why? So you can do everything. You're your mother. Yeah, but certain things like, even in the beginning, like you have a son, so how to pee. Like, I know some people that teach their son sit down when they pee. Like, whoa, you can't. But then again, they're 3 or 4, or they're in the potty train era stage. It's like, okay, I understand. All right. But after a while, it's like, somebody got to step in and say, hey, you got to stand up and hold it. You can't just,
Some women don't like that when they have male friends, like male relatives that tell them like, yo, don't be doing that with him. Like he a boy, and some of them get offended like, oh, like this is my child. Like, yes, it is your child, but he's telling you things that he's not thinking about the boy at 3 or 4 years old, what he's doing now. He's thinking about
long term,
how the boy is going to be when he's a teenager. He's a grown man. Like certain shit like he shouldn't be doing.
There's a whole lot of things he shouldn't be doing, but it's funny because for me growing up, I don't know about you, but I see how, especially my female cousins, I be around them, how they act. So, do I act like that? Because, like I said, my father wasn't really around like that. He's been working. So then one day, one of my male cousins said, hey, you can't play with Barbies. You play with G.I. Joe and action figures. That's what guys do, play sports. I'm like, all right, you know what? I know that's just weird, son. And I understand females say, oh, they don't need the kid's father in life. You need everybody need a male role model in their life to look up to.
I don't like when females say that at all. I don't. That's like in reverse. That's like a man saying, oh, like I don't need my daughter's mother. What? What you mean?
And
Yes, you do.
it goes
Like,
hand in hand.
Yeah.
You need that male figure in your life to teach you how to be a man.
Wait, so who's your male figure? You said
At
wait,
first-
was your
at
father
first-
around? Or he just wasn't around. You say he wasn't there.
He wasn't. He wasn't around.
All right, so who's your male figure?
At first, my male figure was my uncle before he died when I was 8, and then my male figures were like my other friends' fathers in the neighborhood, and also
Uncle
like
Phil?
I guess you could put it that way, and like other boys' male figures be like older dudes in the hood. Don't get me wrong, like a lot of shit they didn't teach us was right. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like you're looking at it like, well, you know, they're like me, maybe older than me, so maybe they tell
young blood, come over here,
yeah,
young
exactly.
blood.
Maybe they telling me something that like will help me in the future. Now, obviously, some of it didn't help niggas in the future, but you live in, you learn.
I like see, cause for me, I'm the same way. And it's funny you said Uncle Phil. I actually did have an Uncle Phil who did help. I'm saying put a hand in, but yeah, like for me, my male role model was also my uncle, and then also my friend's parents. Now I'm saying I had a basketball coach. I'm saying, well, I guess athletic coach at the time. You know, they teach everything at that age. That was my best friend's father, and he basically was there after school, pick us up, bring us over, and we would do everything together. And I'm saying, like, the first time I like was helping build some shit, he called me over to help build the shed. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever just to have that male show me, you know what I'm saying, just different things like that. And you know, like, I remember we would have at my school we would have Father's Field Day. And around Father's Day, they would come to the half day and pick you up from school, and
Damn, you lucky.
he would. I'm saying, but he would pick us up like
I
from
never
school.
had that shit at my school.
Now shit like that gets weird. Like when your father's not in your life, and then you have like those father Sundays, and then you just at school,
Yeah,
kind of
bruh.
looking stupid, but not really because it's not your fault.
Yo,
It's
like,
damn, like
I don't know about you, but me growing up, me and my brother, and my sister, we was the only ones that I knew did not have a father in the house. All my other friends grew up with fathers. So seeing them and their fathers, how they acted and how they interacted with their kids and stuff, I looked like, damn, that looks kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was like a pity thing that a lot of them reached out and did things with us, or if it was like they really cared. But a lot of it, I say, you know what I'm saying, to those dudes who was around for me when I was growing up, I looked up to them like, yo, this is great, you know what I'm saying? But you said your uncle, right? And I want to put your uncles for a second. What do you think, you say he died when you was 8 years old?
yeah, he died when I was 8.
All right, so who was there when you was like your adolescent years?
My adolescent years, that's when like I wanted to, like, you know what, I was like, you know what, I'm getting towards 17, 18, I was on my way to college, I was like, I think now at this point, like, I have to have a conversation with my actual father and actually find out, okay, so why did things turn out the way they did? Because a part of me was like, all right, I need to know this because I feel like there's like this void within myself. So I'm like, I don't feel I can continue my process in maturing to be a man without it. Like, this something like I need to know. My mother told me what the story was, but that's her
So
her
around
side.
like
Yeah, that's
16.
her side. Like now I need his side to compare, see where shit's matching up, where it's not matching up, and then I make my opinion, and then I go on from there. So in college, I say I was like 20, met my father in the city, so I was like, look, I just need to know how everything came to be. So he was honest with me. He was like, listen, when I met your mother, I was going through a separation with my wife. Me and your mother worked together. We were dating, we were seeing each other. Now, it was wrong with me not to tell your mother that even though me and my wife were going through a separation, we still married. I did leave that part out, but one thing led to another, and you know, my mom got pregnant and had me. He said, yo, I didn't know how to tell my wife that I had a child outside the family. So you was born in 91. I didn't tell my wife till 94.
Jesus.
The-
My man.
which
You're
am I?
my man, Jesus.
And honestly, like I didn't look at him crazy for that because it's like, what? How you bring up over dinner? Oh, so babe, how was work? Oh, you know, just chilling. Like went to go see my other kid on lunch. Like
What?
How do you bring that shit up?
Wait, so
Damn.
so do you remember your father like at all, like in your young years? Like he said 94. That's like you were about 3. So was he around at all? I didn't probably remember like the first 2 years, but you know, like around that, let's say 5, 6 area. Was he like? Do you remember seeing him at all?
I remember I think by the time I was, let's see, 16, 17, I probably seen my father a max of like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. All right, like what about you, Joe?
Yo.
Who was your you say your father was, you know, he was there, but he worked a lot, but he was still there. What about that mother role though? Who filled that mother void for you? You say your grandmother's around, but that's your grandmother.
Yeah, my grandmother, then my aunt, she filled that void, and she will, since that's my father's older sister, yeah, she'll take me out. She do actually it's quite funny. She the first person that actually introduced me to new stuff growing up. Oh yeah, computers, different things in the world. Yeah, you know, she told me the map. She told me all the capitals in the U.S. No, actually about it now, but at that particular time, I knew it. She taught me a whole lot of stuff, and a whole lot of, she, like I said, females are natural nurturers. So she never had a child before me. So she was like, oh, okay, you know what? I think in her mind, like, if I'm becoming a good mother, let me see if I could do this with my nephew. So
And she didn't have kids at the first, right?
no,
So just you.
it was just me.
Yo, it's just me. Or like, does everybody have like those aunties in the family? It's like, why you ain't never had kids, yo?
Nah, I mean, she got kids now, but yeah,
Oh,
I think,
but-
no, but you're right.
Yeah, like this
Nah,
aunties
you're
and
right,
like
you're
everybody
right.
family. Like, yo, why you ain't never had no kids, yo? 45, pushing 50, and it's you. Or
Anyway.
talking about, you ain't got no man yet. And it's you.
That's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic. Look, man, because if we start getting to that, I might get a few phone calls and my mother might have to whip my ass on. Anyway, so
Yes.
did you also feel the void that he felt? Because I mean, I felt when he was saying he felt the void, I know what he felt. I don't know exactly what he felt, but I have my own similar void. Did you feel a void for that mother? Because I say that because you have, and not take away from the feeling you felt of that mother love, you have your perspective of a grandmother and an aunt raising you. But did you have that? How do mommy love feel? Did you ever feel that type of void, so to speak?
Actually, no, because when I was growing up, all I knew was my grandmother, my grandfather, my father. So, at one time, I forgot when and what age, some random lady just came to my house. So, hey, James, I'm your mother. So, what?
Hey, how old are you? I'm sorry, how old are you?
Bro, I can't even tell you how, but it was a young age. Let's say between 7 and 10.
And this is the first vivid memory you remember of your mother.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember because she brought a black plastic bag with a Power Ranger toy. Oh, Power Rangers, that's what's up. But I look at it, it wasn't.
By your love.
No, but it wasn't real Power Rangers. One of them knockoff joints.
What, from like the Aqueduct flea market?
No, it's a flea market off the Ave, off of Fulton Street. It just had the colors, and just like that. Just can't even move enough like that.
You had JC on.
Yeah. I had power, but no Rangers. It just had, in fact, no power. It's regular Rangers. It's like, oh, here, it's a whole bag. I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, look at the different colors. That's not on TV, but still, it's, I'm your mother.
Teletubbies, nigga.
So it was like, so she's like, yeah, I'm your mother. So I'm like, I was kind of standoffish. Like, if let's say 7 and 10, it's like, where you been at for? So back in my mind, I didn't really think nothing of it. And, from what I remember, we talked for like a good 5 minutes. And I went my merry way back to the room to eat my toys. And then I remember this. The first time she said, oh, I love you, James. Crickets happened with me. I was like, love? I don't know you, lady. I'm your mother. I look at my dad, and of course, dad's always going to be, oh yeah. He said, say it back. I love you. You gonna say, Mom? I said I love you, and walked away.
Now you know what's funny about that? Your mother said, "Oh, I love you, James," and you kind of just like, "What?" But your father realizing like, "Yo, like this ain't about me right now." It's just kind of like, "Yeah, all right, go ahead, James." Like in reverse, your mothers would never do that. Like pops just pop up. Like,
Facts.
Mothers would never do that.
Yeah.
They would never do that.
It's especially if the father wasn't in life. So I could say that right now.
Now,
But that's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy to me. I find that worse than a father not being in their kid's life, a mother, because
Was the
like
mother not being there?
you carried them for 9 months. So after the 9 months, you just said,
but see
"We
now,
don't want you no more." Like
Do you feel that way?
that's crazy to me.
What?
do you feel like it's worse not having a mother than a father? Cause I understand why he would say that.
See,
But do you feel the same way? Like, yo,
Now-
my mother not being there is like 10 times worse or whatever.
now, I say no just because I have two people to substitute that motherhood for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I didn't have, if it was just me and my pops, depends how he would have raised me. Maybe maybe a little resentful. Dad, I ain't got no mom. Like, everybody else, mom bringing stuff to the bakery for the bake sale. My dad bringing potato chips. It's like, but I don't feel no type of way against her. You know, I never knew the whole story. I never like you say, let me go hit her up.
Have you ever
Ask
watched
her
the
what
story? Have you ever like, cause she's still alive, right? Your mother?
From what I remember, yes.
Jesus.
It,
Alright,
it,
so
call
but
what
like-
you wanted.
nah, that's cool. What else? But as of now, you don't feel the need to get that story.
No.
If she called you to sit down and tell a story, would you care?
Maybe at this age of the game, maybe.
See, I say that because back to what you said again, your void. I felt a similar void by not having the father, right? That father love, that daddy, whatever that daddy word is. Like, I haven't heard, I probably ain't never say daddy until my daughter was born. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't part of my vocabulary. So it's like, I did feel that void though. I did feel that, you know, like I said, everybody I knew had a father around. All my friends had their parents, you know. All I knew was uncle. I knew, you know, had a lot of uncles. My mother had male friends that was cool. They would take us out. They would, you know what I'm saying, take us to play golf and things like that. But I never had that. But you said you only seen your father about 4 times, right?
Yeah, like by the time like I got to like 16, 17, yeah, like max like 4 or 5 times.
And I think they split when I was about maybe 3. So from 3 on, I probably seen my father. I seen him. What year was I know my mother brought a house, right? And he came back in the picture for like 5 months because, oh shit, she got a house. I'm living in a fucking studio. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to get a piece of the house. He wanted to be in the house. And then I know my mother, he asked to be on the lease. And my mother was like, not going on my fucking lease. I mean, on the deed. I'm not going on deed to my house, nigga. Like, and he split again. That was what I'm saying. That was like, you know, like 5, 6. He split again.
Damn.
I seen him for the weekend of 98, 99. When was the All-Star game in New York City? Like 98, 99?
98.
98?
98.
So I seen him, and we took us to All-Star weekend. Cool. I love basketball. You know what I'm saying, cool.
Try to buy you
But-
love, man. Trying to
Not
buy
for
you
real,
love.
but you know what's funny? We went to the Javits Center for NBA Jam, you know what I'm saying? And I left. I went to, because I seen my uncle walking by. I went to go chill with my uncle. I didn't want to chill with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We're at the All-Star event. Everything's going on. My uncle happened to be there that same weekend. I seen him, and saying out of all the people in the crowd, I see my uncle. I said, I'm out. I went to him. I was 8 years old. I went to chill with my uncle the rest of the day. Because I ain't know this nigga. Like, wow, I'm saying, we here, but it's like, I don't know you, motherfucker.
Now, as of back then,
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe back then, see now and back then, if you saw your father when he was young, would you even recognize him?
No. I mean, well, it depends on how age I'm talking about. At that age, I can't say. I probably don't think I would recognize him. Now, I would recognize him now because I've seen enough pictures. And then, well, I seen my father last year.
I would have recognized my pops like as soon as I seen him because me and him look alike. So, Ma, who does dude that look like me? That's your father, fool. Like, oh, alright.
I mean, look, they say we
hold
look
on.
like, but you know.
But you talking about this phone thing? I remember a story. Of course, for some reason, my dad and my mom kept good communication.
It was fucking.
Probably so. But
Probably.
if they fucking, I never saw. So all of a sudden, he said, "Hey boy, come in the room." So what happened? He said, "Mom, here." He checked me the phone like, "Hello? Hey James, it's your mom." And my dad always forced me to talk to her. I'm like, I had that face on like, yo, why I gotta talk to her for? Boy, your mom, talk to her. Yeah, James, I'm gonna come out there and pick you up and bring you over to my house, and you could meet your brother and sisters and sleep over for the weekend. I'm like, okay, do you want to do that? I was shaking my head no, but my dad forced me to say yes. Yes, he said, I love to come over to your house for the weekend. I didn't want to. Then of course, at the end of every convo, I guess that's what females like to hear. I love you, James.
Yeah. But once again, that's how I was explaining before. Like, your father realized, like, yo, this is not about me. Like, he does need his mother. He needs to know his mother, like, in some way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, a lot of single mothers with their sons, they don't do that for their sons. Like, oh well, your father this, that, and the third. We don't need him. You don't need him. Like, sometimes they don't even care about how like the son might feel himself about if he wants to actually develop a relationship with his father, because once again, a lot of times like they just be thinking about them.
Right now, so both of y'all have children or a child. Mm-hmm. Do you think not having your father in your life affect how you being a dad today?
For me, yes. It did affect me. It does affect me how I be a father, because, and I mentioned this in the prior episode, like not having a father around, I didn't realize how important a man being in the house every day was, right? Like, I'm used to mommy getting up, going to work, getting the kids ready for school, the whole nine, mommy cooking dinner. I'm used to mommy. I never seen the father do shit. So it took me a while to realize, oh shit, I gotta do some work. I gotta help. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's shit that I gotta do. I gotta actually be here. I gotta actually be engaged. Like, I didn't know that. And me and my child's mother would argue a lot about that, about me not doing enough, because I'm like, and for a while, it was an excuse. And I realized, I sat down and told her, I don't know how to be a father. Nobody showed me how to be a father. So
there's no blueprint.
Exactly.
Like there's
no, there
really
isn't.
no blueprint.
No, there's no blueprint. But I was letting her know, I'm learning. Please bear with me, right? Because I feel like you try to take things that other men have showed you, and you try to do that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, me not having that, I didn't know. So in the very beginning, I can say I don't think I was a good parent. It took me a few months, a year, or my son. It's only 2 years old. She'll be 3 soon. But it took me these last few years. I'm just getting it, and I'm still, like I said, there's no blueprint. So you're still gonna keep learning.
That's a learning process. Period.
Yeah.
That's like.
But like, do you think? How do you think your father not being there teach you how to be a father or whatever?
Well, like I said, like there's no like blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Just you, like I said before, like you seeing like other kids' parents or fathers and how they act with them. One thing I did notice about my friends' parents, that when it came to like their kids, whether it be sons or daughters, it's like never really saw their father say much, but when they said something,
they respected it.
They respected it, and they actually like listened, because like, all right, like he don't be opening his mouth just to open his mouth.
Yeah,
like he
play.
Like he actually got something to say, and this is why I told my girl, like, listen, when Dominic gets to being a teenager, you're not gonna exist. She's like, oh, what you talking about? Like, he's still gonna be my baby. Like, we still gonna like
dub.
No, it's not. I'm like, listen, once he gets there, he's gonna tune you out. Especially if you not like, Ma, you need something? You need me to do something?
Mm-hmm.
No? Why are you in my room?
Yeah.
That happens with
every
boy with his mother. Once he gets to a certain age, I'm sorry if that hurts some women's feelings, but that's how it is. Like, yo,
So
Mom, what do you
how was it
want?
for you though? Like you got to that age with your mother that because we all been to that rebellious stage. You know what I'm saying when I was 16, my mother started. If I got home too late, started locking doors. That's all she knew how to do. But that ass, she didn't have, and she didn't. The beatings don't work. She don't have any other way. She didn't know how else to get that tough love. So what was the process for your mother with you growing up at that age? What was your mother doing at that 16, 17 age?
My mother at the 16, 17 age, I knew that she was like losing like her grasp on me mentally when she would just like come in my room, just sit on my bed, like, so what you doing? Like you clearly see what I'm doing. Like I'm playing 2K. Like, you need me like go to the store? You need me to fix something? Like, no, like I just want to talk. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to talk. Like, this.
Now, I forgot to ask you. You the only child of her?
I was gonna ask that too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
naturally,
like from my mom, like I'm the only child. From my father, like I'm the third youngest.
But I'm saying, like, you said you the what?
No, my father has 4 kids.
I heard 30th. I don't know why.
Nah, I said
heard,
third. I said
I
third
did
youngest.
heard 30th. That's why I was like, all right.
I said third youngest.
I'm saying, like,
game
so who checked you though? Like, who was putting their foot in your neck at 16?
No, like my mom would still try, but
Yeah,
one thing
try
that- yeah,
and do
but-
is two different things.
I mean, look, like I said, boys when they become teenagers, they ignore them. I was like, like you can get in trouble. Like, all right, well, you're on punishment. I'm taking this, that, and the third away. But a part of you is just like, so like you just tune that shit out. Like you start ignoring your mother. And then I also think that's why when men like actually start like dating and dealing with women, it'd be like, why you just ignoring me? Why you ain't paying attention? Like I feel like that comes from you start to ignore your mother and what she says. Like, oh God, you just talking and not really like saying nothing. I feel like you going in circles of what you're saying. Like, are you done talking?
When I was 16, my mother sent me to live. I told you she started locking doors because it was like, yo, you gotta sleep we had a car that was broken down in the driveway. I had sometimes sleep in that car because she had nothing else. And I'm saying, like, it'd be like, yo, because she had nothing else. So at that time, she said, you know what? Go live with your uncle. I had to live with my uncle, who, in my mind, in retrospect, only had me about 13 years. So at that age, he in his 20s. So he's still doing everything that young 20-year-old niggas do.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize that I'm looking up to him as the man I want to be, but he was 20, wild, running through fucking bitches. This is what he's doing. So I'm looking at that's how a man is supposed to act. You go to work, come home, you got a different bitch. That's how I thought men acted. That was a man to me, like, 'cause that's all I knew as far as a man. So when I say who checked you, like, and like who was the person to idolize your manhood after, it was like, So that's what I was saying. Like, who, like, you see, you
It's
that
like-
age, who you say, I'm a man, I'm like, that's similar to like, if you're a ball player, I want to be like Jordan, I want to be like Kobe, I want to be like this person. You're idolizing your game after that. Who was your man idol?
I didn't have a man idol back then unless it was Kobe Bryant because I'm a basketball fan. He's my favorite player of all time. But as far as like the man father, I didn't want to like look at anybody else's father as a male idol because I wanted my father, and I realized I wasn't gonna get that. So I was just like, you know what? However I choose to do it, that's how I'm gonna do it. Now, look, my mom threatened to kick me out mad times. Like, oh, like go live with your grandmother. I'm like, I really don't see how that would be different.
I got kicked out
Like,
numerous times. Like,
and it wouldn't even be for nothing. Like, get my report card, bad grades.
because she didn't know how to, because she couldn't put you in check. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I asked the question of who checked you, because after a while she couldn't check you. But
Alright. The crazy thing is now, this may be kind of hypocritical, but even though I grew up with a single mother, I will not mess with a single mother. I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. Refuse.
why? I mean, I have similar things, but why?
The reason why one is because the way I look at it from my perspective, like, yo, even though I had like male people like to watch and be like, okay, well, he does this that way, so maybe when I get older I should do it that way too. I never wanted another male figure like kind of like telling me what to do, because like, nigga, you're not my dad.
So it's not so much that you don't want to date a woman with kids, you don't want to be a stepdaddy, which is the same thing.
Both.
You really wanna be a
look,
stepdaddy.
listen, James knows this. I told him this plenty of times. I told on this plenty. How many times you sat on shorty couch and like, oh yeah, you and little Taekwon just sit here. I'll be back. Yo, so you like my mama? Oh yeah, she's cool. Shut up. Like, how many times does that happen, James?
Nigga, fuck you for it.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because like I said, most kids like me. You know, sitting around Christmas, like, oh yeah, look at the black Santa Claus, like, bro. Jesus. That's what one kid said to me. But I was like, I ain't got no bit, but you're fluffy like him. I'm like, all right, look. So I got some gifts for your mom later on. Yeah. She like, you know what? This mistletoe. But anyway, but most of the females I dealt with, especially the last one, the kids was young, 3, 2. So they look at me like, oh, who is this guy? But see me, the only reason why I don't mind dealing with chicks with kids, because like, hey, I ain't got no kids of my own.
But were you said they were that young, so were you trying to play that father role, that male role, or you were just with the mother? Was it that serious to where you was like, you know what, I'm going to try and give input on these kids, or it's just, they're just there?
Well, for me, it was gradual. She said, hey, in order for me to get to know her better, after a while, my kid have to come with us everywhere. I'm like, do you want to do this? And I had to think about it. Like, am I really committed to this girl? I said, you know what?
I don't got time for that. Mm-mm.
Hey, I'm a different type of breed. So I'm like, you know what? I was all in it. And I got, like, once I got to know the kid, I said, you know what? Kids ain't that bad.
So you could have ended up, wait, are you with her right now?
A little rocky.
All right.
So it's a situationship.
No, but you said it's a little rocky. So being that's a little rocky, do you still contact her about the kids?
Well, I do inquire, say, how they doing, stuff like that, because I do care for her and the kids, especially the kids like that. They don't have the father in life.
Oh, so the kids don't have a father.
Yeah, and the kids do look up to me. They will say, hey, you know what, James, you're my hero. I'm like, oh.
See, like, that's iffy to me, because I don't know if I could, and it's funny, because the girl I was talking to, when I was with her son, I was always around her son. And the thing about that is, I don't check for her son at all no more. And it might sound messed up, but
that's,
I don't think we was, and I was always around him all the time. I don't know if I consider myself to be a stepfather. We were just cool. Like, me and the mother just cool. We just kick it. I'm saying,
But that's also another reason why I would never do it, because like, okay, if you're not gonna be serious with her, and like you're just around, like, the kid might actually, start actually like you being around, and then like it's over. Now the mother has questions to answer, like, oh well, mommy, why isn't James around anymore? I like James. Like, nah, like, and then also, like, I don't know, this may sound like messed up, but I really do feel like some men, that I feel like it takes a special type of man to raise another man's kid. I ain't that special type of man.
Yeah.
Cause I really feel like, like, you made the decision to have this baby with a dude who most likely you knew wasn't fit to be a father, probably wasn't even an upstanding person, but you did it anyway. But you found a dude to be like, you know what? He's willing to cover up for my mistake. I ain't covering up for no female's mistakes. Oh, you got pregnant by that dude you knew who wasn't shit? You're gonna have to hold that L.
Question. I'll ask you first, Rock. Who gave you say your father worked a lot. Who gave you, when it's time, talk about sex as a man, who gave you that sex talk? Was it your father or was it somebody else?
Ironically, never had a sex talk in my life until the day before college. My grandmother said, well, your dad's not here right now.
Your
but
grandmother, jeez.
But
that's honest.
No, but she said, all she said was this: you about to go to college. I don't hear enough about going. You go find yourself. You know what your name is. Da da da. And just do me a favor. And she's real old school. Put the hat on your Jimmy, And that's it. She walked out. I'm like, what?
It's funny because your grandfather's name is Jimmy. What about you? Who had that? Who sat you down and said the birds and the bees do this? Why is the birds and the bees?
Hold it. My phone. Let me take that back. My dad did have a talk one time, 16, because some girl wrote a letter to my house, and in front of the letter says "rain on me," and so
Wow.
and my dad was like, and he timed it well. I said, "Boy, see that letter on the table? I said, yeah, pick it up. Look at the front of the envelope. I know what rain on me means. So if you having sex, stop it now."
I'm about to say, but you gotta remember, Shanti had a song called "Rain."
Yeah,
on
well,
Me.
and she quote "rain on me" off of that. Matter of fact, when I go home, I don't find that letter because
Look, but this,
Wait. You still have the letter?
yeah,
What?
You
Why?
lying. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Be-
Did you get the ass eventually years later?
and it's funny. She found me on Instagram, and she don't look like she used to look before. So.
Oh, okay. Like, so life hit her fast. Okay.
Yo,
Bruh, did it?
Nah, but who sat you down and gave you the talk, man?
My mom actually sat me down when I was 7. That's the first time she showed
7,
me
okay.
a condom. She's like, "You know what this is?" Like,
It's candy.
no. She was like, no. She was like,
Swedish fish.
So she's like, yeah, like, this is called a condom. This is what you use when you're with another girl. It's safer that way to use it with other girls. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, what do girls got that I gotta use this shit on them for? But then come to find out later.
Yes, come to find out they got some shit out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like come to find out later. But then, what my mother didn't tell me was, yo, like when you don't use it, it'd be wrong, but it'd be feeling way better and sometimes feel right. But that's another topic for another time.
So, like, it's funny because the way my talk happened, I was about 11, right? And my mother gave me, this time my mother gave us a talk. My mother, I'm assuming she went back to the clinic. I'm not sure where she went. I can't remember. But she came home with a bag. It's like a little, shopping bag. And the bag had a bunch of condoms in it. And I'm 11, my brother's 13. And she sat us down and said, here's a bag of condoms. She said, and it was 2 papers in it with the condoms.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't no NYCs.
Probably was. I don't know.
Oh my
remember.
God, Jesus Christ!
But look, so she gave us
baby.
so she gave us this paper along with the condoms. I'm like, okay, what is this? And the paper had about 2 pages that had the way a penis should look versus when it has this, a penis versus this. Like, every clean and whatever, like gonorrhea, and it was a whole bunch of different things they had in the paper, right? Herpes and stuff. And then how a vagina looks versus when it's clean versus thing. That was as far as my talk went. Just had images of how it looked. Mind you, I didn't know about STDs. I didn't know that sometimes you had those symptoms. You find out later on in sex class. But at that time, it was just, here's how stuff looks with a bag of condoms.
I'm sure the picture of the clean vagina the first time you had sex, you probably looked at her shit like, damn, it didn't look like what it said the book said it would look like.
The first time I had sex, I didn't look at the vagina. But, that's a different story. I looked my vagina in the park, man. It was different. But wow, look, man. But that was my sex talk. My mother sat me down and said, here it is. Here's a paper. Here's how it looks and clean. So to this day, I remember how a clean dick looked, and I'm still good.
Think about sex talks now. Like, I wish my mother would have sat me down and talked about older women having sex with younger niggas.
How old's your son?
He just turned 1 the end of June.
I just turned 1.
So,
Oh, so you fresh out.
yeah, fresh out. But the thing is, like, a part of me thought, like, when she was pregnant, like, damn, like, I'm about to have a kid. Like, I felt like a part of me was like, damn, my life about to be over. Like, just going to mad parties, like, with niggas, like, just being out and about with niggas.
I gotta stay home to Dom.
It's over, but now I feel like, yo, like I really enjoy being at home, like, with my sons. Like, I love him, like, he loves me, like, to the point where, like, if he was here right now, even if he know you, like, he'll run up to me and then, like, grab a look on my shorts and then, like, he stays close to me. and it's like we really have like a bond. Like when he wakes up, he's like, Dad, like, cause you can't say the other syllable yet, but like he knows, like, all right.
When he get those
Daddy, like he knows, like daddy's here.
When he
like,
get that
daddy's
DAY out, oh, it's gonna be a rap. You gonna cry. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, y'all cool now? You and your father? You said y'all had a talk. Y'all cool now?
Yeah. Like, look, one thing I never did was I never hated my father.
All right.
Because me personally, I can't hate somebody that I don't know. I don't know or even like remotely know.
Mm-hmm.
So I never hated him, even though like I know there's a lot of dudes out there like that hate their father, but I even look at them like, yo, you may not know the whole story, bro. Like, you might go through something with the shorty you dealing with and be in the same situation as your father, and your kids might not fuck with you, and then you wonder why. That's why I was like, you just never know. Like, unfortunately, when females tell you stories, like, they make themselves out to be the victim, even though sometimes or a lot of times they don't be the victim. It's like, yo, sometimes shit just don't work out, or it was already a bad situation to start, and you kind of knew you shouldn't have put yourself in that situation, but you did it anyway. So I don't look at my pops crazy, but I know my pops, he wants to be a part of Dominic's life, and I tell my mom, like, yo, like, I understand he wasn't there for me, but I can see he wants his second chance with his grandson. I won't rob him of that. I won't tell him like, oh, well, you can't see Dominic.
Basically, like y'all cool enough to the fact that you feel, you know what, I can trust him around my son. Like, I can let him in. Like, I can let him in now.
Yeah, like the only person that still be acting away would be, well, obviously, but besides my mom is my sister, because she's the oldest out of his 4 kids, and all right, I'll admit this was a mistake. While my dad was doing his dirt, it's like, all right, why are you bringing our sister with you, hanging out with my mom? Why are you doing your dirt?
So you knew your siblings growing up, or you knew your sibling at the time when he was?
Nah, like I didn't like I met my siblings when I was a teenager.
You weren't born, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking like before, because my sister is like 7 to 8 years older than me. So when he was messing with my mom, my sister,
bring her.
Yeah, and in my mind, I'm like, Dad, why the fuck would you do that? Like, she's a girl. Like, oh, mommy, guess what I saw today? She can keep a secret for real.
Nah,
I think that's how he got caught. But it's like, Dad, that's your fault. Like, why? Like, first off, why would you bring my sister? And she's a girl, so you know when she get back, mommy, guess what I saw today? Like, that just doesn't make sense.
That's crazy.
Yo, Rock, you know what I ask you? You said, obviously your mom wasn't there, your grandmother thing was obviously. So what do you think that they did that you was like, damn, I wish I could run to my mother? Like, what did they do that was wrong? Or you seen that, like, the way they raised you was like, yeah, I wish I could run to my mom. I wish my mom was here. Like, she could, like, take me away from this type shit.
Actually, I never had that mentality. Like, literally, even to this day, on my DeAndre Wilder joint, I don't really need my mother. I never needed my mother in my life. Mm-hmm. Never. Like I said, I had my grandmother, my aunt, and family members. So, as for her being in my life, this might sound ruthless, but she could kick rocks.
Did your father ever explain to you why your mother wasn't around?
Nah, he never got a chance to. He passed away when I was 18, so I never had a chance. I was gonna ask him,
because that's why I said before. It's like, I'm not saying. That's why I said, like, it's worse to me that a mother just isn't around for the kid. Because my thing is like, yo, you carried this kid for 9 months. Like, it grew in you. It's punching you, kicking you. You're screaming your life away in a hospital, on a table, pushing the kid out. So it's like, after you push the kid out, you're just like, oh, well, I'm off this. Like, to me, that's crazy to me.
But don't forget, she also had 3 children before me.
But
that's still crazy.
The other 3 kids, are they with her? Do you know?
At that time, yes.
Did that bother you?
No, tell you the truth, I ain't know until years later. I had brother and sister. Now I saw a picture, me small.
Like, cause the way I look at it is like, all right, like, if a woman gets pregnant and the dude is like, yo, like, I'm not ready for no kid, like, yo, like, get rid of it, and the mother decides not to, it's like, alright, like, he's kind of fucked up cause you didn't pull out, so it's like you have to take your responsibility of it, but the nigga still dip. That's wrong, but it's like he's not the nigga carrying it for 9 months. For the female, if you really don't want the kid, you can get it aborted. So you went through all that to push James out and then not be in his life?
See, that's actually a good point. But it's weird. Like, I understand you know, and this is where I still have my issues. I understand you and your father sat down, hashed it out, had your conversations, and whatever your relationship is now, it is what it is. I mean, if it's good, it's good. But it's like, can you see a reason for you not being there for your son?
No.
So, but you said you understand why he left, right?
I can't say I understand. He never left because he was never there. He already had a marriage, our older sister, and a year before I was born, he had his second child, which is my brother. So he was old. No funny shit. That's why, like, look, I don't agree with infidelity, but at the same time, be like, well, damn, how the fuck I look criticizing somebody for infidelity? That's how I'm here. You know what I mean? People here in this world because of infidelity.
True. No. Yeah. Facts.
Good or bad too.
Yeah. So it's like, can I really say anything? Like, because then that means I wouldn't be here, which in terms of domino effect, Dominic wouldn't be here. Yeah. So, listen.
No.
The world in life is a funny place.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's funny because
like, it really is.
I hear what you're saying, and that's one I never put it, when you put it that way. I never put it that way, but as far as I know, I'm not a product of infidelity. You know what I'm saying? My mom told me the story. You know, my mom showed me the letters my father would write, and shit he would say. I know my father had other kids that he didn't raise. He was, you know, he was a deadbeat from child 1 till apparently after I was born, he had another child.
But that's my problem with women. It's like, so you're basically, you know, he got kids that he don't take care of. So why would you get pregnant by the nigga?
I'm not gonna say that.
This is the part that blows my mind.
I'm not gonna say that though because men lie, and I'm not gonna say he lied. But what I'm saying is, we don't know often. I'm not gonna say that she knew off the back that he wouldn't take care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew growing up that I had sisters, so I knew they existed. They would speak. I spoke to them. I don't know which phone they was calling from. If that was the mother phone or his phone. I knew as I got older that he wasn't around for them. As I was younger, I don't know what he was doing because he was there for a period of time, my mom would say. You know what I'm saying? They broke when I was around 3. So maybe he was around for his kids too. So I can't just say that all the time. Again, I know you see all the time with Instagram now. A motherfucker could be online, pictures of his kids, drop him back off, never see him again for another month. But on Instagram, he's the number one dad. So I can't say that the woman is wrong for believing that he's a good father. I know what I'm saying. I know women who think that men are great fathers until they have kids with them. It's like, wait, this nigga ain't shit. No. That's why you don't have custody. You see a child once a week. When you sat down with your father, right? Because I haven't had my sit down yet. I don't know if it's going to happen. He hasn't had his sit down yet. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Dub.
When your sit down happen, yeah, it's probably a dub for me too, honestly, because I really don't care. But when your sit down happen, right? First of all, what was the first thing you said? Who idea was it?
It was mine.
It was you said it was your idea, right?
Off the rip.
So
yeah, it was mine.
What was the first thing you remember saying to him? Like you went to dinner or something like that?
Lunch, because he had to work. So,
all right.
Look, my question was 2 words. What happened?
So you just wanted his story straight out?
Yeah. What happened? Like, look, I didn't call. It's like, look, I didn't ask you to meet me on your lunch break at work. It's like, all right, you're at work, you're busy trying to make money. I didn't come up here for small talk. I came here to get straight to the point. So,
Facts.
What happened?
And you were how old again?
I was 20.
20?
Yeah. So,
all right.
What happened?
7 years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I'll be 20. I'll be 28 in December. So yeah, like 2011. So like, yo, 2011, 2012. So, like, what happened? He explained to me, he was like, listen, I made a bad choice. I decided to start messing around with your mother, even though I already had a daughter and I was already in a marriage, even though they was trying to separate from each other. But he decided not to separate from his wife. Had my older brother. While still messing with my mom. Then I came. So it's just like, okay.
Now,
like, you messed up. Like, you probably, first though, you should have been wearing a condom because, like, you're married. You're not trying to. He was like, look, I made a bad choice. I didn't know how to tell my wife that I had a child outside of the marriage, so that's why I didn't tell her nothing until you were going on 3, which is around December of 94. Even my mother asked him, like, yo, so at what point are you gonna tell your wife about Isaiah? And my dad's classic line was, when I tell you, you'll be the first to know.
So how long did the healing process start after that conversation?
For me, the healing process started right away because it's like one thing that I always felt was like, look, I didn't make myself. I didn't bring myself here on this earth, period. So none of this is my fault. So I didn't feel guilty in no type of way. I'm the innocent party.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guilty party, and partially my mom's guilty. My mom's the guilty party because, like, yo, like, even if he told you, like, yo, he's separating from his wife, until he tells you that separation is final, in a way, you're still messing with a married man.
Mm.
And a lot of women do that every day. It's like, listen, you don't have to mess with a married man. There's a whole bunch of single dudes out here. You don't have to mess with a married man, regardless of what he tells you. Unless you see some documentation and he tell you, like, yo, like, it's over, I'm divorced, completely single now, then I really feel you should look at it as like, yo, he's still married, I ain't with it. But
and then
it is what it,
did you ever at any point feel like you was a mistake?
I probably was a mistake, but mistakes happen in life, period. Mistakes happen in life, period.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how you turn out as an adult, you could be a pleasant mistake or you could be a mistake. Like, nigga, you're a degenerate. Like, what's wrong with you?
Now, Rock, because you mentioned earlier, like a little while back, you see your father died at what age?
I forgot. 47?
No, how old were you when your father died?
I was 18.
All right. You 18. So at 18, I feel like, you're still not a man. Even though society says man, I still feel like, you're still a kid.
The only thing you can do is buy cigarettes.
So at that age, at 18, first of all, your father died, you were in high school, college? 18?
I was first year in college.
First year in college, all right. So
2 months in.
All right. Yeah, that's right. All right. So you said, so who taught you think how to be a man? At 18, now your father's passed, you're hitting that I'm a man to the world phase. Who guided you into your manhood? Like, what was your...
Well, actually, my cousin, your uncle, had a talk with me.
Uncle Anthony?
Yeah, at the house. Brought me to the room. Hey, James.
Time out. Your father died what year?
04.
04. So this is the same uncle who I said was in his 20s at that time. So if he's in his 20s, he's giving you that man talk. This is still him figuring it out too.
Well,
right? So
he told me, you know what? When his father passed, he was young too. So and he said, I'm in the same boat as you at this time. So I know what you dealing with. So he's like, you know what? Certain things, I know you want to be wild and crazy like that, but you remember, you have your grandmother to look after now. Right? It's just you and her. Nobody else, you and her. And I know how your father is. So try your best to be an upstanding citizen pretty much, Don't go wild out. Because I had times where I want to do some ratchet stuff, but now I think back like that. My grandmother's there. Nobody want to get that phone call at nighttime. Hey, your son is in jail.
Were you ready for that? Were you ready to be that man in the house at 18?
Nah, you
First year of college, trying to,
nah.
get your college rocks off?
Well, that was the last thing on my mind, being me. I was trying to do what freaking Nick Cannon was doing in the drumline. I'm trying to get something. I should beat somebody drums. So it was like at now, literally after the funeral and stuff like that, and we had another talk before I went back. So yo, just do me a favor. Let's try your best. If you need any questions, you think you can't handle something, call me. And my phone's always open. I went back to college. Then I guess they heard what happened. Of course, all the females start flocking. They're like, Dad, I can be like Wilt Chamberlain now. Or I can say, you know what? Focus on myself.
So time out, because you mentioned females flocking. I just want to know this. I'm going to ask you a question in a second. Did you get sympathy pussy off your father's death? Or rather, were you intentionally trying to get sympathy pussy for your father's death?
No.
All right, so you're not intentionally trying to do it.
No,
Did you get sympathy pussy?
Yo.
Like I said, there was knocking at the door. And
Him knocking?
Huh?
Let me in.
I could have.
Right.
But like I said, my mindset was different when I came back.
You too depressed?
Huh?
You too depressed?
I was, yeah. I was like, yo, and the reason why that too is like he's the guy that will push me for education. Like, yo, get this degree, get this money, blah blah. So when he passed away, literally, education just went out that window. Even to this day, it's like, Dad, I've been thinking about it too. Like, go back to school. It's like, damn.
That's a real thing.
Like, me go back to school.
It is a real thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I don't rock my father like that. But if my father died, I would definitely make IG seem like I give a fuck and give sympathy pussy. That's just real shit. I would 100%. I would definitely put on Instagram.
No, what kills me is females would be like, oh well, I felt bad for the nigga, so I just gave him some pussy. Wow, so you added another body to your body count that you about to tell a nigga you really like. Oh nah, I ain't letting him hit that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, you just could have not fucked him at all because you really didn't want to fuck him anyway. Wow.
Bro,
Yeah.
you use my tears to get you wet. Yes, thank you. The fuck?
But I did get some pussy when my grandmother passed away on my mother's side.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, on my mother's side. I find out, I'm like, oh, I don't have no pictures of her, but just know, R.I.P. to my grandmother. Hold it, which one? On my mother's side. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, but you guys confusing because everybody know your grandmother. So you say that, nigga, you finally get the baddest bitches.
Yeah, so.
Me personally, I've never been into the whole sympathy pussy thing or like shitting on another nigga.
See,
but like that's not my MO. It's like
see, you know your father now, so I can't really say if your father died, would you care? Yeah, y'all cool now, but yeah.
No, a part of me would care. It's like he's still my dad. Like,
yeah.
a part of me.
But y'all, how old do y'all speak now? On average, like for the week.
It's not like a weekly thing. It's like when he like really wants to talk to me, like he'll hit me up and like talk to me. And honestly, I prefer it that way. I wouldn't want him to hit me up trying to make awkward conversation because I don't like that shit at all. Like,
so you're not like super
anyone.
close now.
We're closer than
obviously
it used to be, but nah, I wouldn't be like, oh, like we're super.
I mean, it's been 7 years.
We're super close, but we can have a conversation. Our conversations are better in person, especially since now like.
Is your father still married to the same woman?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah. He's on his city boy shit right now.
Have you ever seen any of your father women?
Yeah.
Do they look good? Like, can your father pick chicks?
For their age, yeah.
Have you ever seen your father women?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw couple joints.
Can your father get chicks? Like the chicks you seen, like you like, yo, I knock it down or
the last one is like, do better, son. Like and you know, I told him in the way, like the first time I met.
Wait, time out. I mean, I get it. You like, yo, do better, but let's be real. Every dude's hit at least 2 ugly chicks in their life.
Yeah, but bruh, I'm like, yo, you can't be picking me up in school and like, that's your dad? Yeah. I'm like, really, son? Like, you pick this bitch to come here? Like, this bitch gotta go in the back seat. No lie. And I'm like, bro,
Talk about. That'd be the worst, right? Like forget the parents. Just when your boys pick up an ugly bitch and like, yo, bro, hop in the backseat. You riding with your nigga? He like, I'm like, nigga, I'm not hopping in the backseat with this ugly bitch. That'd really be the worst. I'm gonna have that topic one day about cause a lot of niggas fuck ugly bitches and try to put their man in the backseat when they pick her up. All right, so yeah, if there's one thing you could say to your son about growing up to be a man that your father never told you, what would it be?
You'll never have to go through that because I'm always gonna be here. Like that's something like that to me. That's a conversation. Like I will let him know. Like listen, like unfortunately, there are other boys out here that's probably the same age as you, born the same year as you, that will grow up without a father. Don't look at them weird. Don't look at them crazy. That's something out of their control. Just be appreciative and happy that I will be here for you.
All right, facts.
Like that's all.
All right, man. I think that's it. Good talk, man.
facts.
I'm saying good talk. I know off the back that growing up in single family households is different. Your father seems that you're doing a good job. I think I'm doing a pretty good job now. One day when you have kids, hopefully you carry on that same doing a good job than your father did and everything. But
that's another thing. The reason why I be saying like, yo, I'm not with the whole stepdad shit, but like there's certain things like, for example, me, I was literally in the living room and watched my son come out of my mother and then held him for the first time. There's certain experiences and feelings that you can't get with someone else's kids. You just can't. That's something that you'll hold like dear in your heart forever. That you just can't give with nobody else's kids, bro.
nah, facts. I can't see anybody raising my daughter. I'm saying I really can't. That shit would be, yeah. I just can't see that shit. But this has been the God Brothers podcast. My name is Mike.
ROC.
Zay, I'm gonna be back.
You can follow me on IG at Old Mikey.
Oh, Mikey.
_ Vandal Savage _
And yours is?
Zay Goody, ZAY _GOOODIE 128 on Instagram. You're just gonna see pictures of my son mostly because my son's lit.
All right, man. This has been the God Brother podcast. Peace.